Salam Walaikum. Can you say Salam Walaikum? That's how you say hello in Syria. Welcome to Patrika's Little Star Cafe. Facts that are fast, fun, and keep you happy. Today is Friday, February 23rd, 2018, and here are today's matters for chatter. Number 1. At a conference in New Zealand, researchers are proposing to add a Category 6 to the currently 1 to 5 scale of cyclones and storms. They are adding a number 6 because of weather change. Storms are becoming stronger in strength and speed. Cyclone Gita, which devastated the Pacific island of Tonga last week, has now battered the South Island of New Zealand, reaching speeds as high as 230 kilometers per hour. The cyclone was the worst cyclone to hit the island country of Tonga in nearly 6 decades. Thousands of people have been affected, and the government has started relief and rehabilitation measures to help the people rebuild their lives with dignity. Number 2. Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, has started the installation of his dream project. The 10,000-year clock was first proposed by Danny Hills in 1995 as a way to think about the future of mankind. The clock will tick once every year, while another hand will move every 100 years. A huge sum of $42 million has been invested by the Amazon CEO to come up with a 500 feet tall clock. We can always debate how to spend $42 million though. But who to argue with? He does seem to be quite a visionary. Number 3. And here is a story of confession. We try to create a happy world for our listeners, and so leave out the stories of the atrocities happening in the world. Most importantly, what's happening in Syria and even to the Rohingya currently. There are no words to describe how people are suffering there, their homes, families, infrastructure, just because people want power, whether it's the Assad government, Russia, Turkey, Myanmar, or even groups of people who want to promote their ideas over others. By not creating awareness about their dilemma, we may be unconsciously encouraging people not to pay attention to their sorrows. If anything, Little Star is about empathy. But it's just too sad to tell the people that we live in the same world on the same planet where all this is happening. And then people in countries fuss about migration. What else would people do if they need to leave Syria or Myanmar? Hoping the compassionate leaders of tomorrow don't repeat the mistakes of the previous generations. And now for today's mega matter. Marit Bjørgen, a Norwegian cross-country skier, has created history by becoming the most successful Winter Olympian as she claimed her 14th medal on Wednesday. She has left Ole Bjørndalen behind, who held the record of 13 medals. Marit has won 7 gold, 4 silver, and 3 bronze medals at the Winter Olympics. Both the Summer and the Winter Olympics taken together, she is now the second most successful woman in Olympic history. But new records are created at every Olympics, and it's amazing to see how much better one can get than the best. In ice skating at the Olympics, 18-year-old Evgenia Medvedeva, the greatest female figure skater on the planet currently competing, and 15-year-old Alina Zagitova created history doing moves no one had ever imagined before. And that's what talent and practice together do. They create this greatness in arts that define a generation of thought and expression. But in both the arts and business, the mark you leave behind is impact and how many lives you have changed. Today's word of the day is confession. That's admittance to a wrongdoing. And finally, for today's quote of the day, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. That's a quote by Buddha. Thank you for listening, and do send us your questions and comments via WhatsApp, or you can email us at diptyanti@gmail.com. Take care. Lots of love, Diptyanti. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Do you know how loved you are?